Karibuni to the Now Report on TV47. And guys, it's Monday and I just felt like it's necessary leo niwakumbushe tu that Man United will be winning the league this season. Yes, anyone who has any other opinion, please do not bring it here. Nimesema watashinda, and I promise you that they will win the league with a big gap from the second position. That is me as a Manchester United fan speaking. Either way, guys, I hope you had a beautiful weekend. Now, wiki imeanza sasa, and as always, here I am with you. Nataka tuende straight into the stories. Now, Kenya has officially written its name into the Guinness World Records book, and they did it right on the Mombasa coastline. More than 4,000 members of the Kenya Scouts Association gathered at the Jomvu site. And you know what they will do? Walikuwa wanapangana kufanya nini? Just give it a moment and think about it. Where else but in Mombasa? This was in Mombasa County. They came together to pull off the world's largest simultaneous mangrove tree planting exercise, partnering with the Kenya Forest Service to mark International Mangrove Day. The team itself planted thousands of indigenous seedlings under strict mapping and density guidelines set by official adjudicators. Beyond earning an official world record certificate, environmental officials wanasema the historic milestone sends a powerful message across the region, showing exactly what youth-led grassroots action can achieve for coastal restoration and climate resilience itself. Now, to more beautiful things, in just 100 days, history is coming to West Africa as Senegal prepares to host the 2026 Youth Olympic Games, the very first Olympic event ever held on African soil. President Bassirou Diomaye Faye personally toured key venue sites across Dakar to inspect progress, sending a firm message to organizers: partial success is simply not enough. With the eyes of global sports community fixed on the capital, Senegal is racing against the clock to ensure stadium facilities, logistics, and security are flawless. So as the 100-day countdown begins, my question for you today is, do you think a successful Youth Olympic in Dakar finally prove Africa is ready to host the main Olympic Games? Now, this makes me quite happy because this is actually big progress. Youth Olympics very soon. We might, with the new stadium you're building out here, the Talanta Stadium, we might actually be able to host the Olympics when it comes. That is big dreams for me for the country. And as you can see, if Senegal can do it, then I'm sure very soon to Tashtuka. I know it's just the Youth Olympics, but now the Olympics zinaweza kuja, and that is something we can all hope for. Otherwise, I truly hope that this actually turns out to be quite successful, because again, it will really boost Africa itself as a whole. Now, tukiendelea, testing sunscreen has traditionally meant one thing: exposing human volunteers to actual UV rays and giving them sunburns in the name of science. But across Europe, the practice is coming to an end. European Union regulators are pushing a major shift towards invasive lab testing. A comprehensive study across 11 EU nations evaluated dozens of sunscreens using robotic application on specialized plates, proving that high-tech lab measurements are just as reliable as human trials. Beyond sparing volunteers from skin damage, this new method speeds up testing and prevents anti-inflammatory ingredients from artificially inflating SPF numbers on the bottle. As officials urge cosmetic brands to embrace these sunburn-free protocols, they are also issuing a stern warning to the public: steer clear of viral homemade sunscreens, because without standardized lab testing, you're leaving your skin completely unprotected.
When you or your children spend a summer day outside, you want to be sure that your sunscreen offers effective protection. In other words, you want the sunscreen protection to match the sun protection factor stated on the product.
In this project, we tested the effectiveness of sunscreen products. We verified that the sun protection factor matches the actual performance of the product. In cases where we found serious deviations, authorities have already taken appropriate actions like sales ban and recalls. Together, we help protect you and your children from the sun. Don't forget to reapply the sunscreen regularly, especially when you have been in the water.
Sasa nataka twende Umarekani, America. Well, it's a mix anyway. Washington is watching the Sahel with growing alarm as Al-Qaeda-affiliated Jannim militants expand their reach across Mali. Reports indicate that the US is considering direct military strikes to blunt the threat before it spreads even further. But authorities in Bamako shut that door immediately. Malian leadership made it clear that no foreign power gets to launch combat operations on their soil without explicit consent, declaring that Mali is not sitting back waiting for outside forces to solve its security problems. Now, for the everyday citizens on the ground, this standoff hits a deeply complex nerve. On one side, there is a strong surge for national pride in seeing their government stand firm against foreign power, while on the other, after years of relentless conflicts, shifting international alliances and daily insecurity, people are exhausted. National pride is very real, but so is a desperate longing for lasting peace. Ultimately, Bamako is drawing a firm line in the sand. Any security strategy on Malian soil must keep local authority firmly in the driver's seat. Yeah, it is, I feel like it's a very difficult place to be in because, again, the Al-Qaeda need to be dealt with, but then the whole concept of having the US coming in to your country has not really been there. A lot of countries have actually not been very happy about that. So this is it's a strange place to be in, and I actually understand, as you can understand as a citizen of Mali, how this soul actually feel like, you know what, tumechoka na hii hizi ngori zote, so what are we going to do about this? And of course, the government pia nasema, we also don't want you guys just involving yourself with bila kutuongelesha. So maybe a conversation can be had and a middle ground can be found. We'll just have to wait and see how that actually goes. Now, a police search operation in Berlin took a fatal turn in the Spandau district on Sunday. Officers were tracking a suspect wanted in connection to a recent assault during the city's Christopher Street Day Pride celebrations. When law enforcement located the man, the encounter quickly escalated into a direct confrontation, leading responding officers to discharge their service weapons. Emergency medical crews attempted life-saving measures right at the scene, but the suspect succumbed to his injuries. Now, the area itself has been cordoned off for forensic evidence collection, and the Berlin State Criminal Police Office has now launched a formal investigation to determine the exact sequence of events that actually led to the fatal shooting itself. I've always really not, this entire situation ya mambo na guns has always been interesting, especially huko majuu. I think it was yesterday, I ran into a video online. Of course, you never know what is actually real or not. So this is just a random video I ran into on TikTok where this man was fired into a crowd of people. Of course, you don't see the crowd, you just see the man firing, him trying to run away, the police stopping him. But again, it's an uncomfortable conversation that needs to be had in terms of how people handle such weapons. And anyway, there is a lot happening in the world. Let me not get lost into it. Now, if you happened to be strolling along the Folkestone Harbour in southeast England, you might have thought you'd stepped into a 1978 time warp or a massive flowing sea of red fabric. Hundreds of dancers gathered on the coast, draped in matching red dresses and wildly spinning in sync to recreate Kate Bush's iconic Wuthering Heights choreography for the most Wuthering Heights Day ever, 2026. It's a global phenomenon that has taken off in cities worldwide, and as organizer Toby Cotton put it, the formula is simple. Fun is infectious, and people just want an excuse to gather and do something wonderfully silly in a large group. Now, in a world full of heavy headlines, a crowd of complete strangers twirling on a windy pier in red crosses might just be the exact dose of collective joy we needed. Leo.
The first rehearsal was a little bit scary because we didn't realise it was as complicated. Part of it's quite a bit complicated, but we've attended quite a few rehearsals, and then we've been watching the YouTube video at home in the evenings, and we've been dancing in our front room. I think our neighbours might think we're a bit mad.
I remember the first time I saw it, I was just in shock, the way that they could just get everybody to, do the same choreography and be in the same place at the same time, especially right next to the sea as well, which is just such an amazing thing to experience and to be able to do. I think we're so lucky to be able to do stuff like this. It's really cool.
And I just thought it's one of those things that you see on Instagram and you kind of say, oh, I wish I was there. So I saw last year's video and I said, I want to be there this year. So I came and brought my family with me. We're very excited. We've been rehearsing the choreography for the past week. So yeah, excited for today.
So you've been and I was dancing with my wife. We come over every year. We love it. It's just a day out. It's a lovely day out.
Guys, there's a thought that imepita kwa kichwa yangu. Red is such an interesting color. You can see how happy those people are. But then I want you guys to maybe sit down and imagine the same scenario, but in Nigeria. Just imagine Nigeria, umeenda kwa village unapata watu wamevaa red and they are running in the streets. I believe that from the number of Nigerian movies we've all been raised with as Kenyans, the reaction might not be as exciting as those people seem to be in now. Cha tutoke tuendelee kiasi now. Daecheon Beach in South Korea was transformed into a massive muddy playground this weekend as thousands gathered for the world-famous Boryong Mud Festivals. Visitors from around the globe dove headfirst into giant mud tubs, tackled slippery obstacle courses, and squared off in the beachside mud wrestling matches. Now, while it looks like pure chaotic summer fun, complete with live evening concerts, organizers point out there is a hidden bonus. The region's mud is packed with natural minerals that double as a high-end skincare treatment. It's essentially a giant natural spa day disguised as one of the biggest summer beach parties on the planet.
Really fun so far.
Yeah.
We tried a lot of the attractions.
And a lot of games.
Yeah.
Meeting people, having mud all over, and fun performances too.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Well, that greatly reminds me of our escapades tukikuwa watoi back in the day. They're doing it now, but sure, kids are probably doing it somewhere right now. Anyway, that was all from me today, guys. It's been a beautiful Monday and najua iko na baridi kiasi, but otherwise I do hope you have a lovely day. Up next in TV47 at 1, and then of course Daddy Mato will be here in the evening again with the Now Report here on TV47, guys. Take care and have a beautiful day.